p.m. on January 31st. Does it tell you the speed of the vehicle there as well?
Yes, 52 miles an hour.
And if we can just scroll down, the vehicle is definitely moving now because it goes 52, 57, 43. Is that right?
Yes.
And so I want to turn your attention to the highlighted portion there, January 31st at 4:41. What's going on at that entry?
With that entry, we have a brief stop in the area of 15291 South Perry Park.
And why do you say brief stop?
The park time doesn't indicate it was, very long at all.
And what's the significance of this location and the vehicle being in this location? Do you know?
I know that became an area of interest later in the investigation.
Were there huge searches going on in that area related to this particular stop?
Yes, there were.
And why were there huge searches going on in that area?
We were searching for evidence or Gannon's body in the area.
And is that because the vehicle associated with Leticia Stauch stopped in that area?
That played into our decision to search the area, yes.
And so when this particular stop happens, and is this in the Palmer Lake area?
This is just north of Palmer Lake on Highway 105, just north of the county line, actually.
And on Highway 85, or was it 195?
105.
105, I'm sorry. On Highway 105, is there an area of that known as the S curve just north of Palmer Lake?
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about here, this address?
Yes.
When this was actually happening, were you monitoring the GPS device live, or did you come across this at a later time?
It was likely at a later time.
If we can go ahead and just scroll down, about right there's good. So at 4:58, the vehicle now is going how fast?
41 miles an hour westbound.
So can you tell by looking at this the frequency of the GPS pings?
Well, that looks like 5 minutes, every 5 minutes.
And would that be consistent throughout? Tell us how that works.
Boy, somebody else would probably have to get into the specifics on when it gets into that.
Is the GPS device designed to ping if the vehicle stops, for instance?
Yes.
And if it doesn't stop, will it go every 5 minutes?
Yeah, that would. Depending on what the setting, and based on that, I probably set it for 5 minutes just out of concern of the battery dying.
The battery dies, you don't get any GPS data, is that right?
Right.
I just have a second, Your Honor. Can we scroll down to page 3 at 1823? So at 1823, we're back at 5850 Corporate Drive. Is that right?
Yes.
And is that the same area that the vehicle was at roughly at 3:38 p.m. on January 31st?
Yes.
And so now we're at 6:23 p.m., is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And finally, can we go to the last page, of People's Exhibit 230, please. You can scroll down to, that's good right there. We can just scroll over to get the date in, please. Thank you, appreciate it. So on February 1st, 10:52 a.m., the vehicle is in Castle Rock.
Yes,
fair?
it is correct.
Vehicle is heading north at this point.
Yes.
If we can scroll down to 1606. That's good. And so at 4:06 p.m., the vehicle now is in Denver.
Yes, at the rental car area at DIA.
And do you have information to corroborate the individuals who rented this vehicle, returned the vehicle back at DIA?
One of the detectives got information that the car had been returned, and so we sent someone up to retrieve the GPS device off the car.
Now, this information that we have in People's Exhibit 230, is it common for other individuals to use this data in conjunction with cell phone data, app data, GPS data from other vehicles to kind of coordinate where individuals are at any given time?
Yes, we have that capability.
Thank you very much. No further questions.
Cross-examination.
No questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Do any of the jurors have any questions for Lieutenant Abishon? All right. Thank you, sir. You may step down. Prosecution, call your next witness, please.
Call Brian Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, if you would step forward and raise your right hand, please, sir. You swear affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Go ahead and have a seat for the witness stand. Please watch your step as you step into the stand. Grant.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How are you?
Good. Will you please introduce yourself to our jury and then spell your name for the court reporter?
I am Detective Brian Rogers. I work for the Colorado Springs Police Department as a digital forensics detective. And my last name is Rogers.
Pretty easy spelling.
Yes.
You said that you work for Colorado Springs Police Department, and I think you mentioned what you do. Can you repeat that, please?
I'm a digital forensics detective.
What does that mean?
I extract and examine data from digital devices like computers, cell phones, video surveillance systems, and vehicles.
What kind of education do you have and training do you have that allows you to do that kind of work?
I have a bachelor's degree in software engineering, a master's degree in information systems security, and since I started that position, I've attended over 700 hours in training directly related to digital forensics in computers, cell phones, videos, and vehicles.
What do you actually do you just mentioned a bunch of different devices. What do you actually do to those devices to extract data from them?
It depends on the type of device or the operating system or even the type of security that is set up on the device. But I'll either have to communicate with the device, like change some settings and extract the information if I have the password or if there is no security. If there is security on a device, I have to try and find a way to break into it or circumvent that security and extract the information.
How many devices have you worked on in your career?
Over my career, I wouldn't know. Last year, I did over 700 cell phones and over 100 computers. I believe over 20 surveillance systems and a few vehicles.
Just last year alone?
Yes.
Do you have certifications as well?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that.
I am an NCASE certified examiner. NCASE is one of our digital forensic suites. It's used for examining data. A certified hacking forensic investigator. I'm also certified in analyzing vehicle data, and I'm a certified forensic analyst.
Are you a member of any professional organizations?
I was previously, but I did let that lapse. We weren't getting any benefit from the organization.
All right. Have you been qualified and testified as an expert witness in court?
Yes.
How many times?
More than 50 in this district.
Have you testified in any other districts besides the 4th Judicial District?
Yes, I have.
Oh, how many others?
In Arapahoe County in Colorado, in federal court in Denver, and federal court in Bakersfield, California.
And in each of those, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat this morning. In each of those examples, were you qualified as a digital forensic examiner expert?
Or something along those lines, yes.
Okay. All right, at this time I've moved to qualify Detective Rogers as a expert witness and digital forensic examiner.
The witness will be so qualified.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?